and strangers. Uh, Now we continue with the subtle art of not giving a fuck. Okay? So I tried not to pronounce the word, hoping that my monetization settings wouldn't be affected, but still YouTube limits my monetization, so I'll just read the book without censoring myself. Okay. So the following part is also called the subtle art of not giving a fuck. Okay. So let's continue from there. When most people envision giving no fucks whatsoever, they imagine a kind of serene indifference to everything, a calm that weathers all storms. They imagine and aspire to be a person who is shaken by nothing and caves into no one. There's a name for a person who finds no emotion or meaning in anything, a psychopath. Why you would want to emulate a psychopath? I have no fucking clue. So, what does not giving a fuck mean? Let's look at three subtleties that should help clarify the matter. Subtlety 1. Not giving a fuck does not mean being indifferent. It means being comfortable with being indifferent. Okay, I read it again. Not giving a fuck does not mean being indifferent. It means being comfortable with being indifferent. Okay, let's be clear. There's absolutely nothing admirable or confident about indifference. People who are indifferent are lame and scared. They're couch potatoes and internet trolls. In fact, indifferent people often attempt to be indifferent because in reality they give way too many fucks. They give a fuck about what everyone thinks of their hair, so they never bother washing or combing it. They give a fuck about what everyone thinks of their ideas, so they hide behind sarcasm and self righteous snark. They're afraid to let anyone get close to them, so they imagine themselves as some special, unique snowflake who has problems that nobody else would ever understand. Sounds familiar? Indifferent people are afraid of the world and the repercussions of their own choices. That's why they don't make any meaningful choices. They hide in a gray, emotionless pit of their own making, self absorbed and self pitying, perpetually distracting themselves from this unfortunate thing demanding their time and energy called life. Because here's the sneaky truth about life, there's no such thing as not giving a fuck. You must give a fuck about something. It's part of our biology to always care about something and therefore to always give a fuck. The question then is, what do we give a fuck about? What are we choosing to give a fuck about? And how can we not give a fuck about what ultimately does not matter? My mother was recently screwed out of a large chunk of money by a close friend of hers. Had I been indifferent, I would have shrugged my shoulders, sipped my mocha, and downloaded another season of The Wire. Sorry, Mom. But instead, I was indignant. I was pissed off. Hello, Brody. Hi. I said, no, screw that, Mom. No, screw that, Mom. We're going to lawyer the fuck up and go after this asshole. Why? Because I don't give a fuck. I will ruin this guy's life if I have to. Hi, Norma. Hello, Norma. This illustrates the first subtlety of not giving a fuck. When we say, damn, watch out, Mark Manson just don't give a fuck, we don't mean that Mark Manson doesn't care about anything. On the contrary, we mean that Mark Manson doesn't care about adversity in the first of his goals. He doesn't care about pissing some people off to do what he feels is right or important or noble. We mean that Mark Manson is the type of guy who would write about himself in third person just because he thought it was the right thing to do. He just doesn't give a fuck. Okay. Hi, hi. This book is so inappropriate. Well, I know he uses that word, but this is a bestseller. It's a New York Times bestseller. The title is The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. He just uses that language, but the ideas are precious. If you don't like the language, Brody, you can just disregard those words. But he has some precious points in there. And guys, I appreciate your comments. Thanks a lot. You can also like and share the live. Okay, I like it. Oh, you like it. Good. Then enjoy. And send me some super likes. Right. This is what is so admirable. No, not me, Dumbass. The overcoming adversity stuff. The willingness to be different, an outcast, a pariah, all for the sake of one's own values. The willingness to stare failure in the face and shove your middle finger back at it. The people who don't give a fuck about adversity or failure or embarrassing themselves or shitting the bed a few times. Okay. Reminded me of that lady who divorced Jack the Sparrow. Forgot the actor's name. Was it Johnny Depp? Yeah, I think it was Johnny Depp. Right. uh, the people who just laugh and then do what they believe in anyway, because they know it's right. They know it's more important than they are, more important than their own feelings and their own ego, everything unimportant in life. They reserve their fucks for what truly matters: friends, family, purpose, burritos, and an occasional lawsuit or two. And because of that, because they reserve their fucks for only the big things that matter, people give a fuck about them in return. Because here's another sneaky little truth about life: you can't be an important and life changing presence for some people without also being a joke and an embarrassment to others. You just can't. Because there's no such thing as a lack of adversity. It doesn't exist. The old saying goes that no matter where you go, there you are. Well, the same is true for adversity and failure. No matter where you go, there's a 500-pound load of shit waiting for you. Sad, but hey. And that's perfectly fine. The point isn't to get away from the shit. The point is to find the shit you enjoy dealing with. Oh, interesting. Okay, okay. Right, subtlety number two. To not give a fuck about adversity, you must first give a fuck about something more important than adversity. Okay, guys? Thank you for the like. I encourage others to like this stream as well. Okay, imagine you're at a grocery store and you watch an elderly lady scream at the cashier, berating him for not accepting her 30-cent coupon. Why does this lady give a fuck? It's just 30 cents. I'll tell you why. That lady probably doesn't have anything better to do with her days than to sit at home cutting out coupons. She's old and lonely. Her kids are dickheads and never visit. Oh, gives me goosebumps. Sad. She hasn't had sex in over 30 years. Oh, that can be true. She can't fart without extreme lower back pain. Sorry. Oh, he's so honest. This guy. Yeah, but sadly, yeah, those conditions are exist. Yeah, sad. Her pension is on its last legs, and she's probably going to die in a diaper thinking she's in Candyland. Oh, sad. So she snips coupons. That's all she's got. It's her and her damn coupons. It's all she can give a fuck about. Because there is nothing else to give a fuck about. And so when that pimpy faced 17-year-old cashier refuses to accept one of them, when he defends his cash register's purity the way knights used to defend maidens' virginity, you can bet Granny is going to erupt. 80 years of fucks will rain down all at once, like a fiery hailstorm of back in my day that people used to show more respect stories. The problem with people who hand out fucks like ice cream at a goddamn summer camp is that they don't have anything more fuckworthy to dedicate their fucks to. If you find yourself consistently giving too many fucks about trivial shit that bothers you, your ex boyfriend's new Facebook picture, how quickly the batteries die in the TV remote, missing out on yet another 2 for 1 sale on hand sanitizer, chances are you don't have much going on in your life to give a legitimate fuck about. And that's your real problem. Not the hand sanitizer, not the TV remote. I once heard an artist say that when a person has no problems, the mind automatically finds a way to invent some. Yeah, I think what most people, especially educated, pampered middle class white people, consider life problems are really just side effects of not having anything more important to worry about. It then follows that finding something important and meaningful in your life is perhaps the most productive use of your time and energy. Because if you don't find that meaningful something, your fucks will be given to meaningless and frivolous causes. Okay, that's it for today. I'll stop at subtlety number 3 and then we'll continue next time with this. Okay, so guys, you can write your own uh, opinion, like do you like the book or no? So Brody wrote that he likes it, he enjoys it. Um, how about you? I think the book has some interesting points. Um, yeah, probably I'll read more and then share some opinions. But this lady and her coupons, uh, I think it helps me. For instance, sometimes people get very angry or aggressive for very little things. And now I think I understand a bit more why it happens. Yeah. Because it means they have nothing else, nothing, or they don't perceive. Maybe they have some bigger problems or bigger interests, but maybe they don't perceive it. Yeah. They don't perceive it that way. So that little story with the lady and her coupons. Yeah, if we remember about that, it makes me remember some quote which is attributed to Plato, if I'm not mistaken, the ancient Greek philosopher. He said, "Don't judge others." Well, I'm not quoting directly, I'm just remembering approximately. He said, "Don't judge others. Everyone has or goes through their own journey. Yeah, so everyone has some baggage, some hardships, some problems, some things they consider very hard, very problematic in their lives. So you shouldn't just get angry. You can, but if you want to understand things more, yeah, more profoundly, yeah, it might also change the quality of your life. You might get into less trouble because if you meet some hot-headed people and you behave like them, yeah, the temptation is big. Yeah, when someone is angry, it's like, when someone sneezes or yawns. Well, sneezing, okay, let's leave it. Yawning, yeah, when someone yawns, it's contagious. Yeah, you can start to do the same. So aggression is like that too, and if you meet an aggressive person, the temptation of getting aggressive is very high, but that might end up in some quarrel. You might start touching each other, hitting each other. Mm, yeah, life is full of different things. Maybe getting into a quarrel is also fine sometimes, but not all the time and not with everyone. You may stumble upon some crazy guy who might have a gun or something, or who might have some mental issues. So that's why not giving a fuck, yeah, in that context might save your life, might uh, help you avoid some big problems, health issues, and stuff. That's it. So thanks for being with me. Next time we'll continue reading The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck by Mark Manson. Okay, a New York bestseller. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel. Likes, comments, and super likes, donations, those things are welcome, guys. If you enjoy my reading, the way I read, my tone, my speed, etc., etc., then also support me back. Okay. See you next time. Bye bye.